people are on tonight.
All right, I will. I think we're going live. The Hangout on air is live.
That's
Do I have confirmation?
That's our professional cue to keep it real.
Do I have confirmation of that?
Dr. Teeth, that's nice.
All right, I do think we're live.
Yes, we're live.
We are live. All right.
It says live.
So we've got some different people on here tonight, and I'm noticing that there is a lack of estrogen other than Joey. So that must mean that this is the guy hangout tonight. The guy Google Plus hangout.
The bro episode.
Yes. Gear and beer is basically what it's called tonight. We're gonna be which happens to be the
coffee.
Yeah. Which happens to be
my favorite tool right here.
There you go. See. Welcome to After the Shoot. It's episode 15. The cocktail is extremely difficult to make. It's called beer. Because I guess that's what guys drink. That's what guys drink. Beer, the instructions as listed on the Seniors Ignite website. Open the bottle, tip back, belch, and scratch yourself. That's what guys do. That's hilarious. All right.
Yeah, that was racial profiling.
Yeah, exactly. So let me start off by welcoming everybody and thanking White House and Sticky Albums tonight for sponsoring our get together. Which, by the way, have y'all been cranking out some Sticky Albums?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Big time.
Big time right now with graduation going and seniors wanting to get all their images on their apps on their phone and everything. It's awesome. So if you don't have Sticky Albums, go to stickyalbums.com. Take a look. It's a great product to offer. It's a great product to use. And
Amazing.
Jeff, you mastered it, I think.
Yep, we're dialing into it pretty well. I just figured out a brand new link to brand new thing. I'm making a custom image and linking it to a Dropbox. So it's become our new delivery vehicle. So it's pretty fly. What I like about Sticky is the structure's there and you can really do whatever you want with it. So
that's awesome.
Pretty BA.
So when you had your prom, and I know we're going to get to gear, but I do want to hear this. When you had your prom sessions or your senior model sessions and you launched it, you used
both,
right?
So
yeah, tell us about that.
Which one are you talking about? The prom sessions?
Yeah, the one that where the internet shut down, like you turned off the internet.
That was the night we launched all of our senior models with Sticky Albums. So what we did was we had a big reveal party at our studio, and then so we custom set up their Sticky Albums right in front of them. We just used iMessage and copied the link and the code right over from the website, from the Sticky Album website, right into there. Made sure both mom and senior were standing beside us. And we physically touched and set up each Sticky Album on mom and senior's phone. I made sure they knew how to use it before they started sharing. And it just, I think we got 690 views, unique views.
Wow.
On one particular one, and several under that had in like the 400s. All
I've actually got it on my phone, Jeff. That's how awesome it is. It's
awesome.
That's killer. That's killer.
Yeah, right. And then just recently, last weekend, our biggest prom package included the Sticky Album. So we tapped into just using the internet. So Alex, our employee, was building. If you bought the biggest prom package, it included all your images in a Sticky Album. So she was building those on the fly. So before they got to the prom, they had their app using like the duplicate feature. So
how many pictures do you put in the apps, Jeff?
Up to 12.
Okay.
For the prom, it was 12, and then up to right at 20 for seniors.
Killer.
Just so the app loads quick. Smooth.
That's killer. That's awesome. Which is, I guess, is gear that you're using, right? So that ties into that.
I guess that is gear. Oh, look at that transition, though.
You love that transition. I don't even have a damn cue cord. I just went right into that quick.
You're killing it, Letterman. Killing it.
All right, so it looks like we got somebody new on tonight. Is that Chris Billey, I see?
It is me.
Yes, Chris, tell us who you are, where you're located, and where you're sitting right now.
Right now, my name is Chris Billey. I'm a shooter at Largo Photography, owner, based out of Chandler, Arizona, and right now I'm at my studio. It's kind of messy, but that's really about it. So, in my office, just hanging out. And this guy,
And the good thing is the fire extinguisher's back there.
There you go.
I see that. Yeah.
Drinking my beer through a straw today, so it's not real good.
What up, Chris Billey? I haven't seen your face for a while. I haven't seen your face
Since Vegas.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
All right, so Jeff and Dan are at a poetry reading, or where are y'all right now?
Yes.
We just finished that.
We are at the Society of the Dead Poets at the corner of Ashbury and Maine, and we are having lattes.
That's not. There's somebody in the window behind you, just in case.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And it hopefully doesn't involve nudity.
So, Jeff, you're located, presently, where are you located?
Physically, as of right now, I'm staying in downtown Omaha, Nebraska, hanging out with my buddy Dan from Look Portrait here in town.
I heard that. Now, that's where Look Portrait is headquarters. Is that right?
Right. Their international headquarters are downtown.
Their international headquarters are
Right.
in Nebraska. Okay.
And they have offices he has offices in New York City, and I also think, was it Sioux City?
Yeah, we're easily confused with Berkshire Hathaway here in Omaha.
That's awesome.
In gross income.
So, and Dan, you are, of course, with Look Portrait. Where are you right now?
I'm also in Omaha, as you can tell by how close I'm sitting to Jeff.
It's Photoshop.
We're currently sitting outside a Crave restaurant on the deck where it's 54 degrees and a bit balmy. And
Sit around a little bit. Let me see what I'm looking at.
Well, we got this. Okay, it's going to be a struggle, but we'll try.
When you're outside, I like to know what's behind me. You know.
I wonder if that. And then keep that. Right? Switch it. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
You're asking for a lot, because that was our rig to get to ourselves. The phone was propped on the hard drive. It was laying against the coffee cup. The sound was bouncing to Dan's phone, and there fell on.
Which
So,
is nice.
you asked me to move my phone, you just jacked all that up. So
That is.
you want me to go mobile? Here we go. Dan's sitting right here.
That is awesome.
And here's all these freaks inside the room.
Oh, so they're in the restaurant. You're not actually,
They're
you're not actually in the studio. You're in the restaurant.
Yeah, we're at the Crave restaurant.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I wish we were in Dan's studio. It's freaking awesome.
This is beautiful.
We're here eating. So
Okay.
now
What are we
I'm going to
having?
attempt to set this back up. So
I like that. I feel better now. I feel comfortable now. I didn't know where I was.
yeah, sorry. All right, so we're going to attempt to reposition the camera.
All right, let's go to Joey.
Yeah, talk to somebody else while we figure this out.
Joey, where are you right now, and what is the weather, more importantly, with your situation?
Not gay.
I'm in Connecticut, Cheshire, Connecticut, Central, and it was actually pretty nice today. The pollen caught my I'm not drunk or stoned. My eyes are all red. It's from allergies. It's the allergies. But I'm talking on my phone because for some reason my Hangout works on my phone, but not on my computer. So I'm watching you guys in delay on my computer while I'm watching, chatting with you guys.
That's pretty cool.
So my least favorite technology tonight is Google+.
There you go. So if Batman says something stupid, you can get on the computer and shut it off before anybody hears.
Yeah, I can edit you guys around 7-second delay, like when I was in radio.
That's awesome. All right, Batman.
All right, get ready to edit, Joey. Here it comes. Where am I? I'm in Joey's basement right now. He doesn't know that, though.
With his computer box over there. There's his computer box.
No, I'm in
table.
All right.
Don't touch
I'm
the
in
table.
Fort Wayne Island
Don't
right
touch
now.
the table.
Don't
Don't
touch
touch
the
the
table.
table.
80 degrees, and I'm
Hang on, Nick. Let me get back. We're looking. Okay. Wow. Hey,
Dr. Teeth.
look, it's it's Joy. And it's,
Oh my gosh.
In soon, hopefully.
it's-
Wait, what?
Fuck! What is Sorry. the problem? Hurry.
The women have taken over the all guy conference tonight.
Yeah, we can't have that here, man. That's too much.
Left out. Oh, look, Billy got on. Nice.
Yeah, welcome to the sausage fest, ladies.
Yeah.
All right, let's have
And Joey's on. He's just on dial-up modem, so we're good.
Tell the waiter that Dan needs more coffee.
Got it.
It's cold out here. Our fingertips are.
Coffee
Yeah, it's a very manly thing. We're freezing.
All right, Batman. Tell us where you're from. Man, we're getting a lot of comments and questions already. This is awesome.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Coeur d'Alene, Idaho is where I'm currently at right now, and it's a nice 80 degrees out, so I love it.
Nice.
First nice day that we've had actually. So
I see a couple of new quote unquote gear things. I see a new iMac box over there, and then I see an Instax.
What? Me?
Yeah.
What?
No, that's actually an old box.
Did your wife know about those?
Yeah. Are you really in Joey's basement? Yeah.
No. No, actually, I've been taking my iMac. I travel with my iMac a lot, so put it in a box. It's the best way to haul it around.
Yeah, but I'll tell you a gear example since we are discussing gear. Dan has Dan, what's that thing you ordered that allows you to carry your iMac in?
It's a case from Tenba that's specifically made for the 27-inch iMac. It just slides right in there. You can check it on an airplane.
What?
It's safe. It's secure. It's not going to break. And when you slide in the 27-inch iMac, it weighs in right at 48 pounds, so you're not going to be charged.
Oh my gosh.
That's beautiful.
I did not know about this.
There you go. All right, Nick. Thanks
awesome.
for coming on tonight, Nick. Your work is done.
I'm out.
Yeah, you're done. That's it. Dan, do you have a link to that website, or is it a B&H or?
If you go to bnhphoto.com and type in Tenba iMac,
Spell that for me.
I would send you a link, but I'm sitting outside on a patio on a phone.
Sorry.
You all right, Joey?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you in a submarine?
Dan, spell that again. Tenba.
Tenba. T-E-N-B-A.
T-E-N-B-A. Got it. Tenba. Good link now. All right, perfect. So we're going to be talking about gear. We've already thrown out a couple names: iMac, Instax, Tenba, Dan's hair. All great gear. So I thought we would go through first and talk about what we presently create images with. What camera body are we shooting with right now? So, Chris.
Yeah.
What
are
you shooting with right now, and what did you shoot with first when you were a quote professional and got paid for creating work?
Well, right now I shoot with Mark IIs, the 5Ds. When we first started, we were Nikon 70D or whatever it was.
D70.
Yeah, D70. That's what it was. And we thought that was the end all be all. Wow, everything's digital. It actually really sucked balls. So looking in retrospect, anyway. But
and there's that.
Yeah. So 5Ds. Full frame camera.
Okay.
I think that's the important thing for us. Is just as long as it's full frame and we can get down to ISO 50. I mean, that's our comfort zone for us.
Okay. Jeff Richardson.
Well,
I just recently upgraded.
I just recently upgraded. I'm using the Nikon D3100, and Dan is using the D3000. That's a bunch of crap.
I was even confused.
We're Nikon. I shoot the D800E. I think. Yeah, D800E.
And what did you start with? And I think Joey got up to actually get his first camera out of the bag. But,
started with the first professional portrait I took was with an RB67. Top that.
Wow. Now, Dan, you used to be a Nikon.
I learned to shoot on a Hasselblad 2.25 503 CW.
That's awesome. Now, Dan, you used to shoot with Canon, right? I mean, Nikon.
Always shot with Nikon, still do.
Okay.
I had a D70, same as Chris, and then I've always upgraded from there up to the D3. I bought it new right when it came out, about 2008. After the spa that was in Tucson, I bought that, and I've used it ever since. And I don't think I've ever cleaned the sensor once. As everybody found out, Jeff found out today, shooting on a white background at f12.
His sensor is so dirty that we're going to try to take a picture. We're going to take just a white frame shot and drop it into WAs.
Yeah, we just call it texture, right?
if we put his sensor in NWA's overlays, it might get used more than one of his overlays.
That's awesome.
It has a spot in the corner that I swear is the size of like the city of Omaha. Like it's a big
Got
block
built-in
spot.
textures, right?
Man.
So what are you doing, man? Are
honestly,
you
they're
having to
easy to
clone it
reach
out?
Yeah.
Are you having to clone it all out?
Dan doesn't shoot at f12 though. He shoots at f1.2, right? Or
I'm usually like a
F2.
4 to 5, 6 guy. But I usually just brush in if I'm shooting in the studio, I just brush in the background with whatever color it is, anyways. I'm just lazy. What can I say?
There's that.
I've never cleaned my cameras either, so.
I don't have to clean my cameras. I shoot so fast and so much that the sensor burns that the shutter blows up and I have to send them back before I...
Smoke literally comes out of Jeff's camera body.
I
think mine's getting close to that.
It goes back into NPS to get a new shutter put in, and they clean it for me before it gets dirty.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty pathetic.
There is a shutter. I think Nikon has a built-in shutter count, doesn't it? The software or something.
No, well, it's in the Nikon proprietary software. It is, but all you got to do is take a RAW into Preview and click on the inspector, and hit the Nikon tab, and it'll show you how many captures it has.
Real? You gotta do that when we get back.
Oh,
Mine's gotta be 300.
You got to play up there.
Yeah, see, Canon, there's a workaround. You have to go and download some executable file, and I mean, you can find it, but you have to run something. There's no way; it just doesn't pop up. So for me, I started with the 10D and the 20D, and then the 5D, and then the 5D2, and now I shoot with two 5D3 bodies.
And those are nice cameras. I got to shoot with Michael's a little bit. It's definitely a good camera.
I love the 5D3s.
Me too. That's what I shoot with now.
Yeah, it's a nice camera.
Almost left Canon.
My first pro camera was the Film EOS 1, the original like pro film camera.
Like a 35mm.
Is that the one that Andre Agassi commercials used to be in? Back in
Was that after you went right from hieroglyphics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You rocking chisel tablet.
Right there.
Wow. Hold on, let me click the screen on
Nice.
this.
I think I have that same camera.
You used to wear a monocle with that?
Yeah. No, but then I went to Mamiya and then Veronica and film medium format, and then into Canon was the D60 and then the Mark II, or the 5D and then the Mark II, which led me to Nikon. And
Yeah, see, now that's an interesting story because Joey.
and I have a D700 coming back that just had a shutter replaced,
Okay.
like yesterday. So
Batman and I didn't know this, Batman. I heard what you said. I almost left Nikon around
Canon.
with the 5D2. I'm sorry, I almost left Canon with the 5D2 and would have if 5D3 had not come out.
Exactly.
All my prime lenses were not doing what they were supposed to do. At 4.5 or 4.0 or 2.5 or 2.8 or anything with a 50mm on a 5D2.
Nothing was in focus.
Body at best. Even when I sent it in to get calibrated, it would come back not consistent.
Yep.
And the 5D3 seemed to fix every bit of that. What was your issues? The same thing?
Exact same thing. Focus. It was just everything was super inconsistent. There was images that didn't even have like a point of focus. Like it wasn't just like the shutter was releasing without the autofocus actually focusing on anything, and then you had just basically an entire image that was just from there's no point of focus, just soft completely. So I actually thought something was wrong with me, like my eyes, for a long time. I was just like, this is, I shot with the 5D, like the regular 5D, and like everything was in focus, like 99% of what I shot was in focus, and then go to the 5D2 to have like 50% in focus. It was a joke. I was just like,
and I think that's one of the reasons now that I'm a sprinkler system shooter or machine gun shooter. I just gun, because I would have to shoot 5, 7, 10 of the same shot to make sure one was covering my eyes.
Yep, same way.
So Joey, So you made the jump.
yeah, I had to.
Tell us about that.
Same thing as Nick. I had a Mark II when I got it, went from my 5D to the Mark II. The Mark II was never. It was always soft, and I was putting I set the sharpen in the camera, and then when I was uploading my raw files into Lightroom, I had automatic sharpening, to try and get it a little bit sharper. It was just never. It was always soft. And then I noticed one time I shot a wedding, and the person on the left-hand side, there's 8 people across. Only the person on the left, their head was out of focus. So I thought there was a dimple or something wrong. The only way one spot can be out of focus is if it's either coming forward or going back. Like there was something on the sensor. The sensor was not working or something. Sent it back. Long story short, it went back and forth 5 times. The last 2 times with all of my lenses to calibrate the lenses to the body, it would come back saying factory reset to spec. And I would snap a lens on it. I would take a freaking picture of 4 people standing there, and the person on the left is still out of focus. So I had a huge wedding coming up. It was in January, and I said I can't trust the camera. So I went and I bought an entire Nikon system. I switched over, and I'm glad I did. My D700s that I'm shooting with Nikon are phenomenal. I think probably the best camera I've ever shot. And now I have a D3 now that I've been shooting also.
That's cool. So, what's the best camera you've ever shot with, Jeff?
The best one?
Yeah.
D3.
D3. Dan?
Same.
It's badass.
5D3 for me.
The D800E is amazing. It's a little too slow sometimes for really quick stuff. I'm learning to love it though. I shot some stuff today. It's just stunning with it. Like it's just. I have the E version without the anti-aliasing filter on it. I really like it. Yeah. And it's I'm learning to. It's probably. I mean, the D3 was my favorite, and the D800E is pretty tight.
Billey.
Honestly, it's probably the Mark III, right? Love it. Love the lower ISOs. Love the even the higher ISOs. Just kind of blows our Mark IIs out of the water. I think right now we're just it's justifying that we don't we're upgrading all the bodies right now, especially when we don't have a problem and we're still shooting low ISO anyway.
Yeah. So I think Nick and I can agree or Batman and I can agree the worst camera we've. Well, I don't know. Is the 5D2 the worst camera you've ever shot with?
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have to be the worst camera. I would rather shoot a regular 5D than a 5D Mark II, honestly, any day. I mean, because I would rather have images that are in focus than. I mean, the only thing I liked about the Mark IIs was the color. Like there was something about that camera with the color was amazing from that camera.
That's why I love the D3 and the D700.
In the evening time, I mean, just amazing. The colors were just amazing. Mark III is different. The color I get from my Mark III is different. I like it. I don't know if I like it better than the Mark II, but I mean, I can make it look like my Mark II files as far as color-wise. Yeah. But sharpness just blows it out of the water. Like Chris said, even at the high ISOs, like my Mark II at like a high ISO, completely out of focus. At 400 ISO, you couldn't even get anything acceptable. I mean, I could not print anything acceptable at 400 ISO. I can print a 30-inch print shot at 1600 ISO, and it looks amazing with my Mark III. It's pretty spectacular.
Very cool.
I'm going to change the subject to lighting because I got a point to make, and if we get back.
Talk to me.
We've been shooting at the Creative Lighting Retreat last couple of days, and we've been using Dan's 40, Hensel 40.
Yeah.
And the difference in quality, not quality of light, but the quality of the equipment versus like Alien Beam, nothing against Paul Seabuff or anybody else, and I have photogenic power lights. It's impressive. Like I'm going to go either buy a complete set of Pro Photos or the Hensel 40s. It's not even in the same ballpark.
Tell me what you mean. Is it the temperature of the light? Is it the fall off?
It's just the way the damn thing works. Is all I can say. The way the heads move, the way you power it up, the way you power it down, the durability of it, the control. I mean, Dan can pop a boom, boom. What do you call that big reflector we were using today? The big one? The Magnum?
Yeah.
Have the big Magnum dish on it, throw a grid in it, pull it out. It's just, I don't know.
And it can keep up with you.
And the big thing is, and the big reason I like it is I shoot fast. And It's the one and only strobe system that I've ever found that will keep up with my, when I'm click, click, click to get the shot, then it's like pause and then click, 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 boom, there's the picture you wanted. It
Nice.
fires on point every time at the right exposure. And
I was blown away, but I just saw a little bit of it in Oklahoma with Dan. I didn't even get it, like education on it, but I was blown away by the quality of it too. But
I'm just impressed, and I'm going to go buy some real pro gear. All my photogenic and Palsy buff stuff is. See you later. Sorry if you're watching.
Dan, tell us about the Hensel. It's the port. Tell us about that.
All right, well, Nick, were you going to say something about Oklahoma? You look like you might.
I was just saying I was blown away by the quality of it too, like the build, and I mean just watching you use it. I mean I didn't even get I wasn't even there very long watching you use it, but the short amount of time I was pretty impressed with it too as well. As far as
it just kept going. You know, like it's fine.
Oh, it's fast. Yeah, it was super fast.
Yeah, I guess I'll say it's a battery-powered unit. Uses a lithium-ion battery that at the power you put it this way, the power that we've shot several thousand frames with it over the last 2 days, and I've charged it once. So at a power you use in the studio, it's good for probably 1,200 frames on a charge. And the other thing is, I bought it in 2009, and I've only owned one battery, and it's still the same battery. And I use it at least once or twice a week for the last 5 years. Never had an issue with that, knock on wood. Lastly, besides the durability, the other most important thing that I look for, it's a battery pack that supports 2 flash heads, and they are asymmetrically powered, meaning a lot of power packs that are less expensive, you can plug in 2 lights, but they have to be the exact same power. With the Porty unit, you can ratio the power in thirds, so one could be at the full power, and the second head could be nothing, or any combination of 2/3, 1/3, equal, or reverse. So it gives you a lot more flexibility when you're going to use 2 heads on the same pack.
So is it the Hensel Porty 1200 watt? What is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
1200 watt. Yeah.
So what light were you firing with it?
Whatever light you can think of.
Whatever you want.
We use every reflector, umbrella, softbox, beauty dish, ring flash,
flat, whatever you want.
Yeah, we used everything.
So does Hensel make lighting modifiers, or is it just batteries?
Oh yeah, no, they make all the They don't make the softboxes, but as far as the dishes, the grids, the reflectors, the ring flash, they're all made by Hensel. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
it's not cheap. The pack I bought is 1 pack and a head and a carrying case. That's okay for about $3,200. So it's not cheap. But like I said, I bought it in 2009. I've had it 5 years, and
yeah, so it is.
It actually went up.
Yeah, it cost me like $1 per shoot, or hour, or whatever you want to say. It's well worth it.
But I'm looking at the Hensel 40L 1200 kit.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the
And it's B&H has it for $37.59.95 right now.
Yeah, there you go.
That's your starting point. You got to get another head, and you're going to want
some modifiers.
At least the Magnum modifier, the small one. Then you're probably going to want the ring flash, possibly.
So when you say that it's fast, you mean that this thing will just keep firing like boom, boom, boom,
pop.
It probably says it on D&H under the specifications, but the recycle time at a normal power, you're rarely going to shoot it at 1200 watts unless you're trying to blow somebody's head off. So at a normal wattage, it recycles in a fraction of a second.
It's typically set at 600 and 300 in the studio. And it's
extremely fast flash recycle time. Does anybody want to guess the time?
0.3, 0.4.
0.2.
Yeah, see, it's ridiculous.
Dang.
I can't even explain to you what this thing will do.
Flashed extremely short flash duration up to 1/8100th of a second.
Yeah, it's
probably like the lowest power setting. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and the pro photos are awesome too. The only drawback to the Hensel system is how the modifiers connect to the strobe head. It's a little janky. I prefer the pro photo using the rubber clamp system. If Hensel did that, I would take it every day. And the other great thing about the Hensel is it's a digital readout on the battery pack in tenths of a stop with a 6-stop range, and you can adjust it from your camera in tenths of a stop.
For the way most of us pros think, it just all comes together. Joel, you would love it because you think in f-stops. So
That sounds awesome.
yeah, you need a full stop. You just hit the big button, it drops a full stop. You need a half stop. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's a half stop.
Yeah.
So when you're metering and setting up your lighting, it's a half stop down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a full stop. 1 push, done, and it just jumps up. And then the way it splits off, what do you call that when you can split it? Asymmetrical.
Asymmetrical. Yeah.
So when you put it asymmetrical, you set your lighting setup, main fill or main kick. It's almost immediately dialed in. So you say set one at 600, set the other at 300, it's done. I mean, you're getting really close. Maybe slide it forward, slide it back a little bit, and it's ready to rock. So,
I gotta look into that.
We've been having some fun with it this week. We'll show you some images soon. It's pretty impressive.
Chris,
all day, you've seen it. All Dan's stuff's been shot with it for years.
Yeah.
Chris is gone. I don't know where. Oh no, he's there.
Oh,
Weird. You're like
he blocks you. Is what happened. Yeah.
I'm gonna have like the flu.
No, we go through a lot of stuff, man. I mean, it's just trying whatever works, really. I mean, we've got alien beads in the studio. We're still running the 580s, the cheetah lights. I mean, really just we're not very specific. We're not locked in anything. It's just whatever is versatile, whatever will fit.
Are you still using your cheetah system from Vegas?
Yep. Beautiful. Love it.
How's it holding up?
Good, man. I mean, it's quick, it's simple, it's easy setup, easy tear down. Power matches the alien bees. The only issue for us is when we start doing like contract work or we start doing high volume work. You know, that's when we got to break out the alien bees or even stuff we're doing kind of in the studio. It's just easier to plug in. We're not worried about recycle time.
Hey!
hey.
Hey, boys! Are you guys talking like gears and stuff?
Are you talking about molas?
Are you talking about the molas?
And how big you
No,
reflect
we haven't talked about molas yet.
That's not even mention the mola.
And honeycomb?
Have you guys grabbed yourself and like spit and junk?
Put it
Who's drinking beers?
right now.
Okay, bye.
Stereotyping. Bye.
Wow.
We just made the girls feel awkward. That was awesome.
Cool.
All right, so who's up? Who's still talking about me?
Joey, what are you using lighting-wise?
All right, so I changed
True
my.
man, Josh. I've drank too much coffee. I have to go pee.
All right. Leave the phone on the table.
I change my gear like every 5 years, especially like light modifiers and stuff like that. I get uncomfortable using this stuff all the time because I don't feel like I'm growing or doing anything different. So literally like every 5 years I have to do something completely different. Otherwise I don't feel like my art is evolving or anything like that. So when I was doing a lot of like kind of more volume stuff, I was shooting the PL1250s, which are the power lights.
Oh, yeah.
And then I use alien bees a lot now, only because like when I do a lot of more location work than I do anything in the studio. In the studio I'm using my power lights, but on location I like the alien bees because they're so light and they're so easy to move around and get around. When I shoot out on location, basically any light that I add is so subtle that I'm not, I don't need like a huge amount of power to like blast anything. It's just the way I shoot. So I can get away with like, with an LED 400, which I beat the hell out of, but I have an 800 and a 1600. But my studio, I have probably three dozen heads, and each one of them has a different purpose. Did she just fart?
Joey being Joey.
Okay. So, Joey, what color are your alien bees?
My 400 is green. My two 800s are white. My 1600s are pink.
Pink! Woo!
I knew you had pink lights.
Yeah. I dig it. And then as far as like modifiers and stuff like that, again, I changed things up. I used to use softboxes, and I went to the PLM umbrellas, with a sock on the front, and sometimes I'll take the sock off and I'll just use the silver on the inside. I don't have a Mola, but I do have several beauty dishes. I have the silver and I have the white, and I go back and forth between those two. One of my favorite things actually is I have a knockoff of the Ray flash that goes right on the camera. So it's a little ring flash that goes over the lens. I love
Billy,
it.
I got one of those.
And I'm in dance. Oh, look at our.
You're talking like the moon unit, the little moon unit thing. Is that what it's called?
No,
What?
That's for the ring flash. That's for the
Yeah.
That's the ring flash. No, this is the little thing that actually connects to your strobe on your camera.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I saw Chris use it in Palm Springs like years ago, and I was like, that thing is freaking cool. So I found the guy who created it, the Ray Flash, I guess didn't patent it in time. So there's like a couple knockoffs came out.
There it is. There it is. Chris has it right there.
That is the coolest little thing ever. I shoot that when I'm at the beach. I tend to get in the water. I find myself in water all the time, whether it's at the ocean or in a river. And I don't want to be bringing my other heads out with batteries and stuff like that. So I'll throw the ring flash on and go out with that, and I can get in any body of water out, free and electrocuting myself. That thing is just awesome. It's killer.
Yeah, I love the fill you get with it, man. It's real subtle. I mean, you can just push it back. I was watching Joey work with it out in Las Vegas, man, killing it.
Good fill.
Are you talking about the Ray Flash? Because I come in.
It's awesome.
Well, I've got the Mola. And
Me
the
too. Love it.
And it is a beast. I got the biggest one that they have. It's in the studio.
Yeah,
It's not portable. Jordan likes it.
You don't.
You don't have the biggest one, John.
There's one bigger.
No, seriously, there's one bigger than the one you have.
There's quite a few bigger, actually.
What's it called? The
The
Manta?
Magnum.
Yeah, it's the Manti. Is
Yeah,
like
right
44 and a half or something like that. You have the Euro, right? It's a 33 and a half.
Yes, Euro.
There's one bigger.
Yeah, it's the
right?
Manti or whatever. Yeah.
Do the boys that have Euros, do you guys carry man bags?
Yes. Speaking of man,
what do you mean?
Man bag. Immerse.
For
I think
our Molas?
NWA Batman has immerse. Speaking of,
I'm actually getting one.
Hey, Pyle.
Switching positions. Yeah, 5.0.
Yeah. Anyway, the Mola is huge, and it lights up my whole studio. But I shot prom this weekend. The previous prom, I just used the Mola on white, but to change it up, I had the Mola, and then I had a little rim light to the side with an egg crate. Like it's late. Got doped up on sinus medicine.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it just gave a little bit of kick on the side of the light, so it looked really nice. I liked it, but the Mola is awesome. But it's a
So you're talking about your Mola as a main, right? And then you using an accent light, strip accent.
Yes, exactly.
Who's the manufacturer of that? Do you know? Is it a
Joey told me about it. I think he sent me the link.
A Creative Light?
No, the strip.
What do you
strip
have?
light, because I got that from Joey. I've been shooting a lot with just my strip light.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that Creative Light one.
Is that the one? Okay.
Which doesn't exist anymore, right?
Right, Creative Light. I don't know what happened to them. They just.
Well, it's Pro Photo, right? Creative Light, CL.
Was it?
I don't know what happened to them, but I know they were. I don't know. They were in business for like a year or two.
Yeah, I've seen them pop up all over the place.
I may have my stories crossed up, but I feel like Creative Light was Pro Photo's entry level stuff. But maybe I could be totally wrong on that. So do not quote me to that, or send me a cease and desist letter because I'm wrong. But Michael used the Creative Light before he switched. He used the Creative Octobox before he switched to the Mola.
Yes, the Octobox, yeah.
Yeah, it had a nice look to it. Dang, it's freezing. We're going to have to go inside or something. This is ridiculous. I mean, it's like 45 degrees in Omaha.
It's 90 down here.
We're sitting outside.
What are you talking about?
It's like, I could cut glass right now. Like, seriously.
No, I will say this. Once I got the The Mola though, my PLM is sitting in the back of the back corner of the studio.
If you came to the creative lighting retreat, I'd show you how to use that as a fill. Change your world.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're gonna show me that anyway, Jim.
I have 2 of those. I love those things.
Yeah. Oh, I love them, but the Mola is taking its place. So let's talk. Let's change it to a little. Well, not that we're not funny already, but what's the worst thing you've ever bought? Or what? Let me ask you this: What have you bought that you thought made you just the coolest photographer ever?
My photographer vest.
Oh, Joey.
Hit the hat.
Hold on, I'm gonna go get mine. Hold on.
Please.
Is it one of those bright red ones that says Canon on it?
I gotta see this, Joey. I gotta see it.
Oh my god! I hope it comes walking with it.
Oh my god. Yeah, back when I used to do a lot of journalism work, the vest, you had to have a vest because I had to have like notebooks and.
I bet it looks like Chris Billey's fishing vest.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it used to look like. Oh my god, I wore it twice, and I felt like such an ass wearing it. It's in my basement somewhere. Classic.
For me, it was I bought a lens hood for my 70-300 zoom lens for my Canon.
It made it like 6 feet longer.
Yeah. So you twist it, and then with the this huge lens hood on, it looks like it looks like some machine you would see at a gastroenterology lab. It sticks way out, goes back in. But I thought I was just the coolest thing walking around shooting sports with this thing because I was a real photographer because I had a lens hood. So Nick, what do you got for me?
I couldn't find it, but I thought this was gonna be the coolest thing ever. And it was a long time ago when I got this, okay? But it was a star filter. This is when I was still shooting film too, okay? So like I was like still getting into photography, and I'm just like, I need this filter. This is gonna be like awesome. And I got this star filter, so anywhere there was like light, it would star out or whatever. So I'm like, I can use this
I know what you're talking about. Those were awesome. I shot those at weddings. You do like the bride kissing and like it would take
exactly,
yeah.
Wow. I need to see an image. Send me an image.
Dropped like a warming.
No, okay. You know what? I will send you an image. I did a self-portrait of me. Okay. You know what? We're not gonna tell that story. Never mind.
No, go ahead.
You have to see it.
This is good.
That's awesome.
Was the law involved or a restraining order or anything?
Nah, we'll just another time.
Okay.
We'll just end it there.
Yeah, now we're gonna bug you about it.
Hold on, you can't stop a story with.
Okay, fine. So I went through this phase. Okay, this is a long time ago. Okay, I was like, I don't know.
You were on Flickr. You were on Flickr.
I was like 15 or something, right? Okay, I had this like silver shirt. This like silver shirt, like the whole thing was silver. Okay, and so I did this self-portrait of myself with the star filter attached. Okay.
Oh my god!
And
you have to show that.
The light hit my shirt, and basically. So the whole thing just starred out. So there was like stars everywhere. It was pretty freaking epic. Kind of like had my hair all like flicked back, and I was like 15 years old, getting into this.
Dude, that was like a mode video or something.
Yeah, that happened in 2013.
Yeah.
Wow, so long ago.
So Billy, what about you?
I haven't made any bad purchases, man. I honestly, I don't know. Probably a couple bags, man. I've always kept it pretty basic.
Oh. That's cool. Jeff, I know you purchased something.
I'm trying to pull myself together right now. The crowd we're with is...
Oh, hey, Jen. Ask Jen what the stupidest thing she ever purchased was.
And Jen.
Jen, quick question.
Yes.
What's the dumbest piece of equipment you have ever purchased for a camera?
Okay, the dumbest piece of equipment I've ever purchased for a camera is that stupid thing that goes on the front of your lens to color correct.
What?
What is that?
Oh, yeah, the little expo disc.
Yes, that is the dumbest
Okay.
piece of equipment I've ever purchased in my camera room.
We're not watching Ernest. They didn't pay their sponsorship last month.
Nope, and I don't care. That's the dumbest thing I've ever. Dumbest thing I've ever purchased in my studio. The next, can I do the best?
Yeah, yeah.
I have 2 on the best. My 4x6 Larson softbox.
Love that thing.
Because I can do like 56 different things with that. And
Nice, Joey.
I just came back.
right, Nolan. And my Mola.
What do you do if you want to?
Oh my God, I am like.
Hold on, a pro photographer just walked into this chat.
Wow.
That is best.
That's it.
My Mola is my next one because I have more control. And then after being a dance today, there are like 45 other things I want to do. So.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. So what? So if somebody wants a Larson softbox, what do they do now?
They have to
Check
go on
eBay.
eBay.
Yeah, eBay.
Which they're not. I
Yeah.
couldn't find any.
It's still in business. Sweet Light?
Sweet Light is not Larson.
Okay, I thought it was. Sorry. I don't know.
Yeah. So
Let's-
yeah, you know what? Seniors Ignite will do some research on that and get some recommendations out to you guys.
Good deal.
Yeah,
I like
because that 4x6
Johnson,
is
questions?
epic. Epic.
It's
Okay,
amazing.
so
We have
you
questions?
hit it.
John, did you
Okay.
say some
Love you.
questions came in?
No,
Yeah.
there were a bunch of comments on how to get logged into the call. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So, John, do we have stuff to give away tonight?
No, your vest.
That softball. That's
And a star filter.
All right, you want to start? Here we go. Koken. Hello.
That's it. That's the same one I have. Yeah.
Wait. It gets better. It gets better. Hang on. Here's your star filter.
Yeah,
There's your star filter.
that'd be like a year or two ticket.
Wow.
Perfect, man.
All right, now only Jeff's probably the only guy who knows this. Okay, but I want to see whoever can figure out what the hell this thing is. We'll have a one of the Seniors Ignite glasses.
that's a negative mass. Is that a D? 2 1/4 D squared?
Yes. No, it's a 645
645. Yeah, so I've been a D.
Okay.
Yeah.
cropped 3.
Is that Burrell color? Canon crop 3. Okay, yep.
There you go.
What the hell is that?
The negative mask. That's how you, what do you mean what the hell is? That's how you crop your pictures, stupid.
Back and fill.
Just like hitting C on your keyboard in Photoshop.
Yeah, it's like hitting C in Photoshop.
Oh, okay.
That's the damn crop tool.
Okay. I have an action for that.
That's a light. Is that a light box? I can't tell.
Light box. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got-
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I got a loop somewhere.
You got a loop. You got a crop. Do you have a masking box up?
I got a masking box. I got everything.
Awesome.
Joey, hold up the light box again. Let me see.
Hang on. I'll plug it in for you, too.
I have a huge light box.
Joy. Hey,
It's in the
Joy.
garage
Joy.
for a long time.
There's
Yeah.
Joey.
My wife
Man.
hates it.
Joy, what? Hold on, ask Joy. We gotta know what the stupidest thing Joy's ever bought was.
Dumbest thing.
Stupidest thing for your studio. Don't
The stupidest thing what?
for your studio.
The worst investment you made for your studio. Make sure it's not one of your vendors.
Oh my God.
Make sure it's not an affiliate.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me think about that.
You're like Billey. Y'all don't make bad decisions.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at Joey's. That's what you do there with the
here,
negative, John.
Wow.
Thank God for
Highlighter, I use my eyeliner all the time. I don't buy that anymore,
I don't
but
think you can either. eBay.
that's kind of awesome.
Yep.
Peter Peters, make your eyeliner again because it's awesome.
Yep.
It is awesome. Yeah, that
Right?
thing is sweet.
We call it the money machine.
It an Octobox is a win.
Yeah, because people buy the crap out of it.
Poses that
Very
sell.
nice.
We had that
Right.
conversation last night.
Okay,
Awesome.
bye, boys.
Bye.
Bye, Joy.
Later,
Dang
Joy.
it. What's the stupidest thing you bought? Worst thing. Worst piece of gear.
Me?
Yes.
So back before I bought the Hensel, I didn't have any money, so I decided I would do some research. I saw a guy told me to buy the Hensel. I saw, just like I always do, I found some photographer on the internet. I love his stuff, so I emailed him and bugged him. He told me to use the Hensel. I looked up the price, and I thought, oh, not yet. So I started doing some research, and I can't remember the brand because it's probably out of business. I bought the $300 version of that with the full thing, and it was up to 100 watts. I could barely even outpower a lamp. Needless to say, I never even used it on one shoot, but I still have it. So if you
Bring it
guys
out,
visit,
man.
dudes,
Bring it out.
More dudes.
Oh,
More dudes.
you know what? I bought
Oh.
a video light that I never use.
A what?
a video light.
Yeah, it's dumb. Video light.
Jay Torrey shoots with video lights.
Does she really?
Yeah.
I thought she shoots with ice
See,
sights
Billey?
or what?
They got stolen from the golf course.
We have her right back. Okay, take care of her. Him. What else you got, Joey?
Who's getting escorted out?
I think Dan and I are being left at the restaurant. It looks to me like. I'm not really.
That's gonna be a cold walk home.
Yeah, it's about 8 blocks.
Based on the amount of gin that Jen was drinking, I'm not sure he's driving with the keys.
Right there.
I was going to say something. I'm trying to. I can't think of something stupid I bought. I'm trying to come up with something. I don't have much gear. I don't really care about gear. So.
All right. Well, let's turn it back to something positive. What piece of gear or what piece of equipment or anything that you've bought in your business or your studio has changed? Like, you know, the light bulb went off and it changed the whole direction, and I mean, it was just a killer change for your studio.
Lightroom
and solid state hard drives.
Okay.
That's my favorite thing right now.
Billey.
It's the only way my D800E will run was on a solid state because it just takes up so much space. So I don't know. Let's see.
For me, I think it was the 85mm lens. Because up until that point, I had shot with 7200, like it stayed on my camera. And then when I got to 85 and got comfortable with it at 2.0,
yeah,
I could nail a beautiful headshot of somebody at a porta potty with that thing. I was that comfortable and loved it.
I guess I can go down that direction. Mine's my 35 1.4 for my Nikon. That thing never hurt. My D800 it's just awesome. Because I don't know if we've had this discussion a little bit, kind of text and stuff. It's with the iPhone, with the way the iPhone shots look. The 35 is almost exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
And so, which is aperture changes, you can either get a good sharp image with it, or you can really, it goes all the way down to 1.4, so you can do some pretty cool stuff with it. So, yeah, that's probably.
So is that on location for you, Jeff, or just in the studio?
Everywhere. It makes it's just I'll shoot a portrait with it close up. I'll shoot a full length, kind of offset crop, all kinds of random stuff with it. It's probably my new favorite lens.
That's really cool. I've got the 35.
It's the Nikon 35 1.4G. It's a really good piece of glass. It's about $1,700, but it's worth it. It's impressive.
Oh yeah. Joey, what about you?
Yeah, it's funny Jeff was talking about that because I was going back and forth between the 85 and the 135, and I was thinking about going to the 135. Yeah. I shoot a lot of 150. To me, coming from like a background of shooting like a lot, I don't have the time to change lenses back and forth. So the 24-70 lens, the 2.8 lens, that's like the workhorse. You gotta go wide, you gotta go in. I use that like for event work 90% of the time, and then the 70 to 200 obviously after that, but. I started shooting a lot with just a 50mm 1.4, and I freaking love that.
I saw that. Was it Anna that you shot, Joey?
Yeah, all 50mm. Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Gorgeous thing. It was the cheaper lens too. It wasn't the 1.2. It's the 1.4. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But again, one of the dumbest thing I ever bought back when I was with Canon was a lens baby. How many people bought the freaking lens baby? Come on, be honest.
I never did get one.
I lost it, and I actually don't care that I lost it. It was pretty pathetic. It was, I don't know. I got one cool shot from it.
Billey, what about you? Game-changing gear.
1635, man. I think we were at 24-70 for the longest time, and then we hit the 1635, threw some triggers in, and it changed the direction of our work.
That's awesome. And you know why? Because what have I always nicknamed you, Chris?
The 16 to Largo, right?
That's right. The 16 to Largo when I first met you. Was that like 2010 or when y'all started bringing out the 16 to 35?
Oh man, we've been I think maybe 07 or.
Wow. Okay. Well, we didn't meet till 09, so you were 16 to Largo, which is not an easy lens to shoot a.
It's not, man. You got to learn how to tilt it, how to hold it. When into the light. I mean, it's not a beginner's lens, not at all.
Not for portrait work.
No.
Dan, game-changing gear.
For me, I'd say want to introduce some more commercial editorial style lighting tricks into my work. I've been implementing a lot of grids, whether I put a 30-degree grid on a beauty dish or a 7.5-degree grid on a 5-inch reflector, things like that to really control the light and do things that are cinematic, a little more editorial, just different stuff that you don't normally see in senior portraiture. So using a lot of grids, silks, flags, all that type of stuff. Here, let me see if I can show you one image. My phone screen's embarrassing because it's so shattered. But we're on Jeff's phone, so I'm going to try and show you one. This is from today. See if you can, it might be a little hot. I don't know how that looks.
That looks terrible.
Amazing charcoal pencil drawing.
Well,
I love that cracked texture.
But I saw it on Instagram, and it's unbelievable.
Check the Look Portrait Instagram in about an hour, and you can check it out for real.
Was that? Well, I saw behind the scenes of the guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait till the real deal.
Yeah, that looked cool. That looked
It's all about
cool.
The light control. And
Who was that guy, Dan?
He's just a previous senior model, now real model that lives here in Omaha that I work with on test shoots. So, for instance, today when we were doing light experiments, he just likes getting pictures and use them for his portfolio. So I'll just bring him in for an hour or two to sit, and he's cool, has good clothes and a good look, and he'll just sit there and text on his phone and look up when we need to take a shot, and he's all about it.
That's awesome. All right, Batman, game changer before we close out tonight.
Okay, I actually have a couple game changers. I mean, I think both you and I, John, the Mark III was kind of a game changer for us. But like besides like cameras, I'd probably say honestly, like currently right now, probably the 85-1.2. Just because I actually just got that just a month ago, and it hasn't left my camera very much lately. Just because I love the look of that that I'm getting with that lens. But that and also the Mola beauty dish, anything that is gonna like keep my excitement and keep me from getting bored is a game changer for me. So I have like a ton of modifiers, and I'm always changing them up because I get tired of one and then I get bored with it and throw it in a corner, and it sits there for a long time, and I want to buy something new and just to experiment and change the look of it. So. But honestly, right now, the Mola beauty dish and the 85-1.2 have been kind of the game changers for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got.
Hey, Nick. What do you have? You have an Einstein in your Molas? What do you have in there?
I do have an Einstein. Yeah. I mean, I didn't talk about that, but I love my Einstein light because, like you were saying. So why I chose my Einstein is because I can do some like high-speed syncing with an actual high-powered strobe instead of like a little flash like a 580 EX2 or whatever. I can kind of get that same look with the high-speed sync with my Einstein.
They have a long duration flash, right? Not a.
Well, that changes a lot on the power of your
Yes.
set. Like, yeah, it's really kind of strange how that changes. I mean, the power can go like way up and go all the way down to like 2.5 watts or something like that. I mean, it's a crazy span of power that it can do, which is kind of cool. It's one of the reasons I chose it. And like you were saying about shooting fast, I mean, it keeps up with me pretty good, honestly. I mean, I can have my 5D3 on like full blast, and I mean it'll keep up with that. So, and it's not 5D3 is not like super fast, but I mean it keeps up with me for shooting. So I mean it's definitely.
So Nick, when you're
shooting 5D2.
What was it?
I said it's definitely faster than the 5D2.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, when you're shooting, man, are you running ND filters when you're wide open with the 85 in your Einstein, or is it you're just powering?
Yeah, actually, I've been doing some crazy cool shots with my 85-2 and an ND filter. It's like a 3-stop ND filter. I have my Einstein at like full power, and I'm shooting at like f4, something like that. I mean, it's a great look.
Huh. And why are you using the ND filter?
I'm using the ND filter because you still get that nice punch from the light, but you get the sky detail that's pulled in, and you get the background that's kind of completely out of focus too as well. So you kind of get the best of everything kind of with that is why I'm using the ND filter. So I'm getting kind of all those, because I don't know if you've seen a lot of my work. I mean, on every session I try to do something that kind of, you know, some landscape shots, some like environmental work with the portraits, and some closer headshot stuff too as well.
How many stops are you putting on it? One stop?
It's a three stop neutral intensity filter. So yeah, I mean,
so you're trying to get down to like what, F4?
Yeah, F4. I mean, it depends on where. I mean, you pull your light back, you could be shooting at F2 as well. I mean, it's pretty cool. You still kind of get that nice detail in the clouds, in the skies.
What would your shutter speed?
Or if you just
shutter speed then be?
Shutter speed, and that's one of the reasons why I chose the Einstein, is because I have the Pocket Wizard MC2 is what I use with my Flex TT5s, and I can with
Flex
my Mark
TT5s on the
III.
camera, right?
Yeah, so with my Mark III, I can actually sync. When my Einstein's at full power, I can actually sync at like 1/600th of a second if I wanted to, and get like a clean shot.
So all the way to 600th. Okay.
I can if I want to, and that's why I chose that. That's why I chose the Einstein in that, because I can do some high speed syncing, or they call it like hyper syncing is what they call it.
Yeah, it's hyper sync, right?
You know, it's something you have to really
so if you're
test
down like half the
because.
power, then so you can almost go like what? 12.
So here's the thing they don't tell you is you can really only shoot it at full power if you want to hypersync. Honestly, if you go down, you end up getting this crazy gradients that just it's not what they. I don't know. It took me a lot of testing and researching to try to get that to work exactly right. But you end up getting a lot of these like gradients that just kill your image if you don't have it on full power. And that's another reason why I was using the ND filters as well. So.
All right. Well, sorry to drag that out. I know it's about 9 o'clock. So.
No, that's cool.
We should probably talk about that again on another episode. That's pretty awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we should maybe get some examples out, and that's a pretty good topic of discussion. That's a new move.
Maybe a blog post.
Yeah, maybe a blog post on that. We'll
your
team shooting post will work on that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
We got a couple of questions. Let's see, Jeff. What was the light that you were talking about? That was for like $3,000. I had a question from Walter. Yeah.
That's Dan. That's Dan's Hensel 40 pack.
Hensel 40.
Hensel 40.
1200.
Or you were talking about that or pro photo gear, Jeff, right?
Yeah, we were comparing those a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
They're both in the same category.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So before we close out, I would like to let's go through and just throw out your next gear. What's your next purchase going to be? We'll start with Billey. Go.
Oh man, I have no idea, man. We're probably looking at more lights. You know, you never have enough lights. That's for just any image, and so.
All right, Dan.
A couple things. I'm gonna get another laptop for one. I'm gonna get a 3514, and I guess that's about it. That's all I can think of right now.
Laptop and 35. That's a good combination.
And to get real crazy, I'd love to get some Kino. This will make everybody go search the web. Some Kino Flow hot lights. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those things look rad.
Is that what Peter
I'll take a set.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Maybe two.
All right, Jeff. What are you getting?
Brand new studio.
Oh, there you go.
2 weeks.
Got studio gear in me, you know. That's awesome. Congratulations on that.
And I'm gonna invest in probably the Hensel 40 pack. I'm just pretty impressed with it. I'm dialed into how it works. I really like it. So it's right up there on top. Probably a new projector too, actually, for our sales room.
Yeah, I think a projector.
For me, I'm noticing a pattern here because all is recommend something, and the next thing you know, it shows up at my door because I go order it. It started with the Mola because Dan said, "Hey, you're gonna get a Mola." I was like, "Okay, what's that?" And he was like, "Well, this is it, and this is what it does." Boom. Right. So anyway, we go to the beach twice a year, and we book up full beach sessions. We're 3 hours from the beach, so it's a big deal for our seniors. They spend a lot of their summers there, spring break, down on the Gulf Coast of Florida. So several people want to shoot beach sessions on the beach. And I can't get 20 people in all on the sunset at the beach at the exact moment based on weather and light. And I see these great, gorgeous images of people out in the water, Sports Illustrated, swimsuit, whatever. and I'm trying to figure out why they are. There's not really an off-camera light. The sky's not comic book blue. Y'all know what I mean by comic book blue, right?
Yeah.
Chris Billey. 64.
Well, he lives in Arizona. It actually looks like that, okay? It's hazy down here in Georgia. It doesn't really look like that except maybe a couple of weeks during spring. But true background, not fake high blue, dark blue, true background. But in the middle of the day, not that beautiful 5, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock Gulf Coast light, but the 2 o'clock bright where if you walk out there with a 70-200 and the girl standing on the white sands of the Gulf, and at 2 o'clock, she might as well be standing in a white studio.
Assuming he's talking about his sun swatter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dan is like, what is he getting at? Yeah.
What is the sun swatter?
So basically, I got the sun swatter. It's here. I'm waiting for the. I've got the stick. Hold it up, and it's going to connect. It did not come with a piece to connect the stick to hold it up, so that's on its way. It will be going to the beach, and I think it's going to be a game changer for my beach sessions because you're actually going to be able to see at 2 o'clock in the afternoon that we're standing in the ocean and not on a white background. Thank you.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, they're pretty impressive. I mean, every time you see MJ Day post something from Sports Illustrated, the editor, it's always got a sun swatter in it. So
Yep, always. So I appreciate that.
Almost all the Victoria's Secret stuff that Russell, what's his name, Russell James, right?
Yeah.
Russell James, yeah. It's all good. Joey, what are you getting?
The California, and then one that's in there's the California Sunbounce reflector. Hey, that's one of my favorite things. I bought a California Sunbounce 3x4. That thing is badass. That is one of the best reflectors I have ever seen in my life.
Badass products.
That thing
You
is
got that at Vegas. You had that at Vegas, right, Jeff?
Yes.
Is that the first time you used it?
Yes. I just had it shipped out there. That thing is awesome.
Huh. Yeah, I want one of those.
Yeah.
Joey, what are you getting next?
I'm going to get a new bottle opener from San Diego. Seniors League.
I guess you've got enough gear. I mean, you got a photography.
I've got so much crap. If anybody wants anything, wants to borrow anything, just call me. I probably have it.
including the crop cards. The
I want the best. Send me out the best, please.
Glassine. These are called glassines. Okay, these are crop cards.
Glassine negative bags, killing it.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Batman, what are you getting next?
Don't leave us.
I am actually looking at getting a new camera bag for location stuff because I.
We're like, tell Jen, hold on.
What was that?
Jen is driving.
It's Jen and Jen. No, you're not.
Jen and
Jen and Jen are not
driving. So I'm looking at a new camera bag, actually, is what I'm looking at getting. Just because I have a shoot sack, and I love it, but at the same time, I hate...
Oh my God, you did not just say that.
What?
He does not have a shoot sack.
He did.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
I do, actually. No, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
For men, I'm sorry. You can.
I liked it at first, but then it's like a pain in my butt now. Like, I hate getting the lenses in and out of that thing. So I'm like so looking for a new bag right now.
Okay, well, we've
That's like
got
the
one to
first
show
thing
you
I'm
that you
getting.
need to get.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay.
It's got one, and it is amazing.
Yep.
Who got it?
It's from Drop It Modern. It's the modern bag, modern case, the modern case.
You got to get one.
It says you're going to spend a lot of money and you're happy about it.
Okay.
Show up with this bag. It is,
Yeah.
I just wrote
like
it down.
Show up with it, and people just want to give you $2,000 for being there.
It's awesome.
More than you mean it looks cooler than Joey's vest?
It looks cool to any of you on this show tonight.
I would take Joe's vest right now over my shoot sack. I'm serious. Like I hate it right now. Like I'm done with it.
About your shoot sack.
That's awesome. All right, guys, I think that's it. Guy night is over. Guy and Gear night is over. I want to thank White House again, our lab, your lab, our awesome lab, and I want to thank Sticky Albums. Actually, my seniors should be thanking Sticky Albums because they can see their images on their phone. It's huge. And Jeff and Dan are going to leave because Jen and Joy do not need to be driving.
Nope. One of these guys are driving.
There you go. There you go. And as always, you can hit us up. You can follow me on Instagram at John D. Pyle, Twitter at John D. Pyle, and also on ask us on Seniors Ignite. Hit us up at Seniors Ignite. And check us out online at seniorsignite.com to see more of the awesome people. All right. Thanks, y'all, everybody.
Is this a man show?
Boom.
I watched it.
Cheers.
Girls on
Chicks on
trampoline.
trampolines. Come on, Jen. Chicks on trampolines.
Are you ready?
Trampoline.
No, come on, chicks on trampolines.
On that note, we're out. On that note.
Do it.
On that note,
Stopping the broadcast.
Come on.